Right. So looks like we're going to do a deep dive into AI resumes today.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a whole stack of stuff here on Resumation articles, their website, even like a whole YouTube interview.
Nice, yeah.
Seems like you're ready to like really level up the job hunt.
Definitely. I think that there's a lot of buzz around AI and resumes these days, so it's definitely good to explore all the options.
Totally. So we're hearing that Resumation is trying to be different than all those like robot resume generators out there saying they
Sure.
want to optimize your story.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's really fascinating here,
Yeah.
is that they're really focusing on optimizing your unique story and not just spitting out, generic content based on like a template.
Okay, so less, here's a robot to write your resume, and more like, here's an AI career coach.
Yeah.
I can kind of get behind that. So
Hmm.
they mentioned these things called smart prompts.
Right.
Is that
Yeah.
kind of where the magic happens?
Exactly. So think about it this way. A traditional resume, a lot of times it ends up being just like a big long list of duties.
Yeah.
Like you were responsible for this, you managed this.
Right.
So what Resumation does with their prompts is it forces you to think differently about, how to present your accomplishments.
Okay.
So instead of saying, I managed a team of 5, it'll ask you something like, well, what did you achieve by managing that team? What impact did your leadership have?
Oh, I see.
So it's really about uncovering those like hidden gems in your career.
Yeah, it's like they're forcing you to toot your own horn a little bit,
Yeah.
like in a way that actually,
Right.
resonates and makes sense. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like this is something that the co-founder Carlos,
Yeah.
he struggled with this early on, right? With his own resume.
He did. He actually,
Like, thought he had a great resume.
yeah, he had this impressive engineering background, thought he was putting his best foot forward, and he just wasn't getting interviews.
Yeah.
And it turned out that he was just listing tasks and not triumphs.
Interesting.
And it wasn't until he actually sat down and really focused on tangible achievements, that's when things changed for him.
Yeah, that's got to be such a common trap for folks, though, right?
Absolutely.
You get so caught up in the day-to-day.
Right. You're just in the weeds of it all.
You forget what you've actually accomplished, yeah.
Exactly. And that's where Resumation, I think, really steps in and helps you out. Because once you've used those prompts to kind of unearth those accomplishments, they actually have this optimize with AI feature that'll then help you refine the language, make sure it's impactful, make sure it's concise.
Right.
So it's almost like having like a writing partner who's also an expert editor.
So it's collaborative.
Exactly.
Not just taking over your whole resume.
Right.
I can get behind that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But, we've got all these other articles here warning about the dangers of AI resumes. How does Resumation address that? That whole like, oh, a robot wrote my resume. Fear.
Yeah, you're hitting on a really, really crucial point there because you're right. There are some AI resume generators out there that'll just churn out generic content.
Oh.
It might not have any personality or even worse, it might have inaccuracies or things that aren't quite right. And so Resumation really tries to tackle this head on.
Right.
They really emphasize that their platform is about empowering you, the user, right?
So they're all about authenticity.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah, there's a phrase that they use that really stuck with me. They said, AI is a powerful tool, but it's important to use it wisely. And I think that really sums it up. They see AI as this optimizer, not the creator.
Right.
It's about taking your unique experiences and making them shine, not inventing a fake career persona for you.
Right.
It's
like using a really nice espresso machine to make your coffee right. You still need good beans. You need the right grind. You need your own kind of touch to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it helps you reach that next level.
What a great analogy. You hit the nail on the head, yeah.
And speaking of next level,
Yeah.
one thing I saw in the materials here is they've got this career pathways analyzer in Resumation Plus.
Right now that's where things get really, really interesting, yeah. Yeah, that career pathways analyzer.
Okay.
That's a whole other level.
Okay.
It's like having, like a personalized career counselor, but AI powered.
Okay. Yeah. So give me the details on this because from what I'm reading, it almost feels like they're going beyond just the resume here.
They are, and it's really it's a smart move, and I think it goes back to remember how Carlos was talking about his experience going out and actually talking to hiring managers?
Right.
That like hands-on experience really shaped, I think, Resumation's approach in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
They're not just like throwing AI at a wall here and seeing what sticks.
Right, right.
They really are trying to understand like what makes for a successful career trajectory.
Okay, so less like random job suggestions.
Yes.
And more like actual strategic career mapping.
Yeah. So this analyzer, it takes everything it knows about you, your skills, your experience, even your aspirations, and it tries to align those with like real-time market trends. So it's not just about what you've done, but it's about, what you could be doing.
That's huge. I mean, so many people, I feel like, get stuck, right?
Yeah.
They hit that point in their career where it's like, okay, well, I guess I can just move laterally within my field. And this is like, it's opening up new possibilities potentially.
Totally. And it gets even better, right? Because remember that whole data repository thing we were talking about?
Yes.
So as you're using Resumation more and more, you're building up this incredible database of all your accomplishments, your skills, your experiences.
Right.
Imagine having that like at your fingertips, always updating, always ready to go.
No more searching through old emails, trying to remember what you did for that one project.
Right, exactly.
3 jobs ago?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a pain.
It's a huge pain. Yeah.
This is a game changer for folks.
It's a game changer, and I think it encourages a really proactive approach to career management these days.
Right.
You can't just wait for opportunities to come to you. You really have to be ready to seize them when they arise.
So it's about owning your narrative, knowing what you're worth and having like the tools to actually kind of back it all up.
Exactly.
I'm digging this whole like empowerment angle a lot, but let's be real, all this fancy AI tech.
Got to come with like a hefty price tag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for something that's like this cutting edge and cool, I'm almost expecting them to hit you with like a crazy monthly fee.
Right.
Like make your eyes water.
And that's what's so refreshing here.
Okay.
Is that Resumation totally gets that. Like job seekers aren't, rolling in money.
Right.
They actually have a free version.
Oh, wow.
With all the core features of
Right.
creating, editing, downloading your resume, all that.
So try it before you buy it, basically.
Exactly. It's like I think they're confident enough in the product that they're not trying to like
Right.
lock you in right away.
Yeah.
But then if you do decide to level up, they have Resumation Plus. And that gives you all the like really advanced features,
Okay.
career pathways analyzer, the cover letter generator,
Right.
all that good stuff. And even that is priced really affordably.
So wait, hold on. We're talking less than like a fancy coffee per month?
Right.
For tools that could like actually change your career?
Yeah, I know.
That almost seems too good to be true.
It does. It really does. And it goes back to their mission, right? Like they're all about empowering job seekers, not trying to like price them out.
Right.
And honestly, that comparison to like a single cup of coffee, I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because think about what people spend on, other things that might like give them a temporary boost.
Yeah, like that latte.
Right, exactly.
Or that, new shirt for the interview.
Exactly. And this is something that's way more enduring.
Totally. Yeah, this is like...
it's about understanding your own value.
This isn't just like sprucing up a document. Nope. This is changing your whole mindset.
100%, yeah.
About how you view your career.
It makes you wonder, what else, like in the job search, could we use AI for?
Right.
Could it help us negotiate salaries better?
Totally, yeah.
Network more effectively? It's really fascinating to think about the possibilities.
Yeah, it feels like we're on the edge of like a whole new era of job hunting. Yeah. It's not just like, here's the generic tips and tricks. It's like, no, this is your personalized AI career coach, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And what's exciting to me is, with companies like Resumation kind of leading the charge. Yeah. It seems like this new era is really focused on empowering the individual, not,
Or not replacing them.
Replacing them, exactly.
Yeah.
It's about, giving people the tools they need to tell their stories,
right.
Understand their worth, and ultimately, like, find work that fulfills them.
So it sounds like, to wrap things up here, anybody out there who's maybe feeling a little lost in their job search, or maybe a little overwhelmed, or frankly, just curious how AI could shake things up.
Right.
Resumation might be worth checking out.
Definitely worth a look.
It could be just the thing you need to kind of unlock that next level of your career.